Hey guys, so today I wanted to go ahead and do a quick video for you. I've got a Titan hit to use and just wanted to explain some of the process that I have going into this. I'll tell you right off the bat, this is the Kraken, by far my worst Titan to attack, and I'll explain why. This is the current hero list that I'm using for this particular Titan. Normally, in my heal spot, I have either Curl or Bolt Tusk. I wanted to buff up the double green, and I just started working on finishing Horgel to 80. So this is actually the first time that I'm actually utilizing double impact heroes against the opposing colors. But I would say standard in every single one of my Titan hits is going to be Athena or Wukong. If you haven't leveled up Wukong yet and you're doing Titan hits, I highly recommend going ahead and doing that because it's by far one of the most impacting heroes. You'll see a lot of lower level guys can take out some high level guys because they're actually using Wukong offensively. But usually what I like to do is have my buff debuff situation going in on a Titan. So I'll stack like Curl with Athena, go off Curl first, then you hit with Athena, so Athena gets both the attack up and then also the defense down and also the defense for you. So right now it's going to be a pretty straightforward attack on the Titan, and we'll see how I do. You'll see I'm going to start off, this is my typical battle items. Start off with arrows and axes, potentially use some more arrows and axes during the fight, but that's probably mostly the extent of what I'm going to use. I have been able to get good enough with Titan hits that I don't use a ton of items. A lot of people will go ahead and charge up with their mana. I'm all about conserving materials, so in the future, I'm able to go ahead and use them on harder or more difficult things. Alliance wars are coming up, all sorts of different things. So I have gotten very stingy with the materials that I use on Titans. However, for a lot of people, maybe your heroes aren't leveled quite that far yet, or you're working on it, and sometimes it helps to go ahead and charge up with small mana potions immediately. That's fine, it's not the end of the world. I did that for a long time, but I've gotten accustomed to not using a ton of items. So let's go ahead and we'll see how I do. So for me, I'm always going to try and, especially in the beginning, I want to go ahead and get close enough to the weak spot to where I'm hitting, and I focus on the weak spot until I have been able to power up a lot of my guys. So that was a good hit. That was good. I wish Athena would have gone off first, but whatever. And then let's see, now I'm charging up Wukong because I'm going to come over the top with that big hit. And this should do some damage. Yep, look at all those tile hits. Like a bunch of like 12,000 or 1,200. And one thing that I also did, this is actually a tip I just learned not that long ago, was that you want to stack your, now I'm just kind of like hitting to get the most out of it. I'll do these greens over here. Too bad. So that's pretty solid hit. Cool. You can see that jumped me up right there. That's that 1 of 15. That's 2 hits. A lot of guys can do a lot better on that. I would say the Kraken is probably one of the harder ones for everybody just in general. This Titan just spawned, so this list probably is about 3 hits for everybody. But what I was explaining to you guys, this was just given to me as a way, because people get really confused with how stuff stacks. So especially on Titan hits, to where you don't really care about the color specifics, you want to just go ahead and do as much damage with making smart moves. So because you're not worried about like 3 tiles coming and hitting, say that Kraken was going ahead and hitting us and I had 2 reds, I'm not worried about the effect of having 2 reds next to each other, which that means that I'm able to go ahead and freely place my heroes in any order. And right now, the order of my heroes is actually specific to stacking. So for instance, let's just say, I'll show you guys this. This is actually really helpful for you guys. So on a normal hit, this is kind of like my normal Titan layout right here. I've got Curel first, and then Boltusk, and then Athena, then Hel, then Wukong. Hel could be anything. I would actually prefer that to be June instead. But I don't want to get too greedy with color tiles, because essentially Wukong is the thing that does the most amount of damage for him. So the way it would work is, obviously, I would have Curel go first, which gives me the health plus the attack plus the defense. Okay, so the defense is huge. But then if all of my heroes were charged up, next after Curel, I'd want to go ahead and shoot off Boltusk, because he's going to give me 48 attack, which essentially is going to mean for the first 3 turns, I'm going to have Curel's attack defense buff of 30%, but then Boltusk, his 48% attack is going to take over Curel's attack bonus. And then after that, I'm going to hit them with Athena, which is going to give us the defense debuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit them with Hel or June or whatever. It doesn't really matter. This 4th slot isn't the end of the world. And then the last one is going to be Wukong. And hopefully by this point, I'm also going to have some diamonds to also hit off too. So essentially at this point now, I'm going to have 185 attack. So 185 attack, I've got a bunch of defense debuff from Athena, and I've got the defense from me with Curel, and that's the most effective way to go ahead and do it. So a lot of times people are like, they get frustrated with doing the attacks and knowing which one stacks and which one to go first. If you just lay out your heroes from left to right, you'll understand which one to go ahead and shoot off first and use first. And obviously you're not going to fill them all, but by seeing this, you're going to see the order of what is currently active and up. And say you only have like Boltusk and Hel and Wukong available, you'll know to go from left to right, Boltusk first, Hel first, then Wukong. So hopefully that helps you guys out.